What are the biggest funding problems for IHL Humanitarian NGOs? Imagine trying to help people in a war zone with a limited and unpredictable budget. That's the daily reality for many humanitarian organizations working under international humanitarian law. These NGOs are vital for protecting civilians and providing aid during conflicts, but they face serious money issues that make their work harder. Most of their funding comes from governments, but this can be a problem. Governments may give money based on political interests, not just humanitarian needs. This can lead to aid being directed where it benefits political goals rather than where it's needed most. It risks losing the neutrality that is so important in humanitarian work under international humanitarian law. Another challenge is transparency. When funds go through multiple layers, like from a government to an international organization and then to an NGO, it's often hard to see exactly how the money is used. This lack of clarity can lead to misuse or diversion of funds, which hurts the trust needed to operate effectively in conflict zones. Funding cuts are also common and sudden. For example, when a major donor like the United States Agency for International Development stops funding, it can halt entire programs overnight. This leaves vulnerable populations without essential services and damages the trust between NGOs and the communities they serve. It also makes planning difficult because NGOs never know when their next paycheck will come. Many NGOs relying heavily on just one or two donors. Sometimes they get almost all their money from a single government agency. If that funding stops, the whole operation can collapse. Diversifying sources of income is tough but necessary to stay independent and impartial, which are core principles of international humanitarian law. Legal restrictions from host countries add more hurdles. Some states impose strict rules on foreign NGOs, like requiring special registration, detailed reporting, or limiting what they can do. If NGOs don't follow these rules, they risk losing their ability to work, facing penalties like asset freezes or even jail for staff. These restrictions make it harder to reach civilians and deliver aid safely and effectively. Security issues also tie into funding. Without enough resources, NGOs struggle to keep staff safe, get legal permissions, or access conflict zones. Limited funds mean they can't always provide the necessary security measures or maintain access to vulnerable groups, which is a key part of their duty under international humanitarian law. All these problems create a cycle of uncertainty. When funding is unstable or limited, NGOs find it harder to stay neutral, impartial, and independent. Without proper, transparent, and steady funding, protecting civilians and delivering aid in war zones becomes even more difficult. Ensuring funding sources are reliable and free from political influence is essential for these organizations to do their vital work under international humanitarian law.